The worldly Christian operates sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. In their soul, there's mind, will, and the emotions. There's the spirit, and there's the flesh. On the top is God and the spirit. On the bottom is the flesh and the body. But the worldly Christian, the top is open to God and the spirit, and also the bottom to the flesh and the body. A worldly Christian is in a babe state, a babe personality, born again, but has not crucified earthly desires, victimized by condemnation from the devil, focused on the temporal aspect of life. They're unproductive, in need of being discipled and nurtured by a mature spiritual Christian. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. The worldly Christian was made alive and became a partaker of the divine nature, but failed to grow as he or she should. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 3 through 5 says, His divine power has given us everything we need for life and godliness through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness. Through these, He has given us His very great and precious promises, so that through them you may participate in the divine nature and escape the corruption in the world caused by evil desires. This passage then lists character traits a Christian needs to add as he or she grows. Make every effort to add to your faith goodness, and to goodness knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, and to self-control perseverance, and to perseverance godliness, and to godliness brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness love. This is 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 5 through 7. If the person does not do this, he or she will be ineffective, unproductive, nearsighted, and blind. The person will have forgotten that he has been cleansed from his past sins. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 9. These characteristics describe the worldly Christian. Christians who are not taught how to grow and live in the Spirit remain as they were when they were born again. They are still babes in the faith, although they have been believers for many years. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 1 through 3 describes this person's immature spiritual life. The Holy Spirit is internally a part of your spirit when you are born again. The worldly Christian's big mistake is having left open the door of the flesh. Satan still has access to this person because the flesh dominates his or her thoughts, will, and emotions. The word worldly means fleshly or carnal. This type of Christian is more likely to follow the physical senses and fallen nature than the spiritual nature he or she received at conversion. No doubt, you sometimes feel conflicted in your heart when you try to have the thoughts, attitudes, and actions of Jesus. Why does such conflict arise? If you do not allow Christ continually to be the master of your life through His Spirit, you are a worldly Christian. I say it again. If you do not allow Christ continually to be the master of your life through His Spirit, you are a worldly Christian. Although you have allowed Christ to enter your life, you still struggle to control your own life. Worldly Christians continually open the door of the flesh, allowing the old nature to determine what they think, do, and feel, rather than follow the Spirit of God. Competing influences cause this conflict in their personality. You hear Satan's voice through your flesh, and you hear God's voice as His Spirit speaks to your spirit. You hear the voice of self through your mind, will, and emotions. You become a battleground. How can you have victory in this kind of situation? Do not despair. Christ wants to be your Lord and to give you daily victory. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and Mammon.